Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another 6222 Swiss draft. And we opened Distended Mindbender again. Well, I love this card. It's not super fair when you play it on turn 4, for example, but happy to first pick it here. Despite being, oh, it's a black card. Oh no, the weakest color in the set, right? Well, I'm still happily first picking a Mindbender here. Before I forget, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and like the videos. Thanks so much. Mindbender. In. Follow-up pick. Probably Savage Alliance. Yes, it's a pretty good removal spell. No good black card in here. Graph Rats, but that's not the strongest card by quite a bit. We can even put Mindbender in 5. I'll be crazy like that. We've got Mockery of Nature. I think I'm going to start just prioritizing this card higher. Even if you don't get the cast effect, if you can cast it turn, 4, 5. Actually, can you cast it turn? I guess the earliest you could cast it is turn 5. Well, maybe this one's not as good as the other ones, but still, I'm going to start prioritizing it a little bit higher. Regardless, let's take this Savage Alliance and be happy about that. Oh my god, it's Christmas. Back-to-back Savage Alliance. So nice. It sucks for passing as Brazen Wolves, but can we really complain when you're getting back-to-back Savage Alliance? I think not. All right, what is the pick now? So we have Kessig Prowler, Certain Death, Olivia's Dragoon, Exultant Cultist. All of these are good. I think we're going to take the Dragoon over the Certain Death. The main reason because it's a vampire. It's a Madness Outlet. It's a cheap spell. And it's the right creature type for the color combination that we want to do. So, perfect. Let's take it. I do want to start taking Certain Death a little bit higher, but for now I'm fine with this. All right. Vilden Pack Outcast. I love this card. Very, very powerful. We're going to take it over the Foul Bloods here. Despite me, well, you know me. You know I love cheap spells, but Vilden Pack Outcast is a beating. This card is really strong, so we're going to take it here. Okay, so probably just take the Weirded Vampire here. We already have a Madness Outlet for it. And what are we taking it over? A Wailing Ghoul. What are we seeing late that would indicate what colors are open? Well, people still tend to not prioritize Spontaneous Mutation very high. I love this card. I've come to love this card. I did not love it originally, but it's a great card, and I like it a lot. I said love. I'll stick with my first inclination there. I love it. All right, now we have Gaia Reach Sanitarium, which is an actual Madness Outlet. Pretty nice thing to consider for this color combination. Plenty of Madness cards, but I think we're just going to go ahead and take the Graph Rats. For red-black, we probably want to be aggressive. If we end up with a Midnight Scavenger, we get that nice, beautiful Chittering Host synergy, so let's take it. Okay, probably just take the Reaver here. Get another Vampire. Seems good. We also have a Dawn Griffin here, a Wailing Ghoul, Bloodbriar, Mornwillow. These are good cards too, definitely. Aha! Another Reaver. And another Dawngriff. So some late white cards that are good, but we are at this point locked and loaded, ready to go. Red-black all day, baby. All right, Bold Impaler, a little bit less impressive, but it is Vampire and we'll take it. Certainly playable. Never happy to play it, but playable. If you have Stensia Masquerade, I think it's actually a pretty good card. All right, I think we'll take a Succumb to Temptation over the second Impaler. You know, this feels like an archetype where Prophetic Ravings may actually be playable if we get enough Madness Outlets here. All right, Slayer's Cleaver. Not going to happen, I don't think, but we'll consider it. Well, I'd have to have quite a few vampires to really ever consider Stensia Banquet. This card is pretty lackluster, but whatever. I mean, we are in vampire colors, so I'll consider it. You know, the thing I overlooked about Stitcher's Graph that I think is actually kind of cool is that it's not that it never untaps. You just have to wait an additional turn, which actually isn't that terrible. But that being said, I'd probably still rather have the Alchemist's Greeting. We're hoping to find some more Madness outlets. We already have Prophetic Ravings. We have Olivia's Dragoon. We could certainly find some more, especially out of pack 3. So let's just take the Greeting and be happy with that. Taking it over the Certain Death, I think that's okay. Aha! Brazen Wolves. Yeah, I love this card. Super strong. Amazing, aggressive card. And it's a wolf, too. This card is just got to be one of the best red commons. Well, I guess red has a ton of removal, so that's tough. But yeah, Brazen Wolves is just overperformed so much. Ends games so quickly. This pack has a lot of goodies, though. I mean, we got your Drag Under, you've got your Gnarlwood Dryad, your Tangleclaw Werewolf, your Advanced Stitchwing, your Alchemist. A lot of goodies in here, but thankfully, the goodie we want. Ooh, back-to-back Brazen Wolves? Yeah, we're going to take it over the Abandoned Reason. I actually think this is a very good combat trick, especially in a deck that could potentially Madness it out. Although you don't really need to Madness this card to make it good, but still, Brazen Wolves, too powerful to pass, in my opinion. Really, really impressed. Let's take it. Okay. Seems like a fine opportunity to take the Skursdag Supplicant here. The card is good, especially in an aggressive deck. If you get to the point where it's also a Madness outlet, so it's just good. Ends games. Very good card. For this deck. Not in general, but certainly for this deck. Okay. Well, we don't need a second Graph Rats. We don't really need the Foul Blood. I think I'm actually going to take the Alchemist. I'm a big fan of this card in general. It can put people away. Like, it doesn't beat down, obviously, but, it really can put games away. If you get enough damage in early and you're on a stalled board state, you're still pretty happy to see that Thermo Alchemist. It's gonna make them have to pull the trigger against you and in the game. Otherwise, they're just gonna tick down to oblivion. And I think it's better than Innkeeper. Innkeeper is actually fine, and it's a vampire, but we're gonna take the Alchemist here. Okay, ooh, all sorts of goodies in here. So I think we're going to take the Boon. I like Weaver of Lightning. That's more of a blue-red deck card. I've noticed we haven't picked up much black, which is interesting. I mean, that's a late Outrider, but I don't need to shift gears. I mean, the black cards I have are fine. Certainly Mindbender is great, and Dragoon is right in line with what this deck wants to do. Admittedly, not a lot of our black is fantastic other than that, but Mindbender is just worth pushing for. This card is so good. I'm going to take the Boon over the Greeting. Okay. Well, I want to take the Malevolence, but I think we're just going to take the Dragoon. I'd like another Madness outlet. I'd like another cheap 2-drop creature, especially since it looks like Graph Rats is just not going to happen. So let's just take our Vampire and see if we can't get the good Madness goodies out of pack 3. Ooh, wow. Wow. Wowzers. All right, we're taking Priest. This is really nice. I mean, I'd want the Crusader too, but Priest is a rare and a very good card. I mean, if you can go Dragoon into Priest, you're beating down hard. So we could take the Creeper. I don't think we need the Otherworldly Outburst. This is a tough card to play. I don't know exactly what deck it's supposed to go into. We don't have any Delirium, which makes this Field Creeper worse, but I guess it's better than Graph Rats if you don't have a Midnight Scavenger, which we don't. So, all right, something worth considering. Okay, well, get the Outburst anyway. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's all right. Another Prophetic Ravings. Well, that seems unnecessary. All right, get the Impaler back. We'll take it in case we need all the vampires. Seems unlikely, but that's all right. Hey, another vampire. Well, good news is we've got a lot of vampires. We have a lot of vampires right now. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 vampires. Not bad. And we have cuts to make, and we haven't even touched our Shadows over in a strat pack. So, best spot to be in, right? Let's start cutting stuff now. I still think Banquet's not going to happen. We don't need 2 Ravings. I'm still on board with maybe trying 1. Let's cut the Outburst. Probably don't need the Graph Rats. Probably don't even want the Field Creeper. Everything else seems fine. I guess the next thing to get cut's probably the Succumb to Temptation, but we'll see if it succumbs to that. All right, here we have Twins. What are our Madness outlets again? We got the Ravings, we have the Dragoons, we have the Supplicant. That's probably enough. I like Twins. Might just want the Mad Prophet. The reason that we want the Mad Prophet is it's just looter effects are so good. They really are so good. Mad Prophet might just be a higher priority than Twins here, but being able to go Dragoon into Twins, like, that's really good. This is a bit of a toss-up. I think I'm actually going to place the higher premium on, because this also has haste, so it can technically beat down on an empty board, but I think this card is just really good. Being able to loot is very powerful, especially in a deck that can already take advantage of the Madness outlets. We have 3 Madness cards currently. We could certainly find more. All right, we'll take the Madness Enabler. Well, here's a Madness card, yeah. Probably just slam dunking the Blood Mad Vampire and being happy about it. I never really found a good opportunity to play Skin Invasion. The card is... it's a tough card to love. There's also a Macabre Waltz in here. We don't really have bombs to bring back. Maybe Mindbender and a Priest. That could possibly work out, but let's take our Blood Mad Vampire. Macabre Waltz is actually probably fine in this deck, but I'm going to err towards Powerful Vampire. So what do we have now? We have Neglected Heirloom, but no flip cards. Seems worse. We could just take the Necropod. This card has always just been a bomb. And even though we're aggressive, I really don't care because Necropod is just that good. You're paying 6 mana for a 7/7 Menace. Yes, it has a downside, but this card is so hard to deal with. If they don't have a kill spell, this card is very difficult to deal with and play against, and certainly better than Crow. So we'll take the Necropod, be happy about it, probably cut our Succumb. Actually, probably cut this Bold Impaler. Well, hello, Mr. Markov Dread Knight. Yeah, this card has won me way too many games to pass here. Bloodsworn and Skeleton would both be fine, too, especially with the Ravings and the Dragoon. But we're going to take this Dread Knight and not look back. So let's just cut the Impalers at this point, and that seems fine. So what is next? We have Kindly Stranger. What are the chances of us getting Delirium? We have Enchantment that can get us, dump anything for us. We have Instant, but we might be cutting it. Enchantment, Instant. We don't have any, no, we have 1 sorcery. All right. Field Creeper might have to make it. Well, I mean, there's Uncaged Fury, there's Accomplice, but we got to take the Stranger here. I mean, obviously the problem with the Stranger is I don't know how easily we're going to be able to get Delirium, but we do have a couple outlets, and we might be able to find some more. So... do I want to play the Ravings over the Succumb to Temptation? You know, it's an actual question. Not sure of the answer yet. All right, we'll take the second Blood Mad Vampire. This deck doesn't have any combat tricks, which could be a problem, but we do have a lot of goodies. A lot of good creatures. Oh, let's see. Nobody loves the Epiphany but me, I guess. Pyrehound, not really the deck for it. Wicker Witch, we already have the Field Creeper, which I probably just like more, especially in a deck that's already got this many 3-drops. I think probably Succumb's not going to happen now. I kind of want to play 17 lands here. If I end up playing Ravings and Mad Prophet, maybe I don't need the Innkeeper, whatever. I mean, Innkeeper's whatever. It's a Hill Giant, right? It's a Hill Giant. Who needs it? All right, we're not playing any of these, so... well, some decks really like the Wicker Witch, so we'll take it. Okay, well, I actually like Inner Struggle. This card's good. It's a good removal spell, and I think we honestly are going to play it because right now we ended up not getting that much removal. We have the 2 Savage Alliance, we have a Boon, and we have a Greeting, which is not terrible, but it's a bit light. And Inner Struggle deals with those hugely big fat fatties, like Morkrat Necropod, for example. So it's just kind of unusual for a red deck to be able to deal with big fat fatties at a relatively nice price. So good premium on that card. Still going to have to figure out another cut here. We'll get that squared away very shortly, I'm sure. Oh, wow, we got the twins back. That's pretty nice. All right, we're going to make room for it in here for sure. I kind of want to play the Prophetic Ravings. What do we have? I mean, these have Madness. We have a lot of Madness. I think Ravings is actually going to be good in here. So we'll have to figure out what the cuts are. I'm just a little bit unsure at the moment what we're going to definitely cut. All right, let's just cut the Fox. Actually, maybe the Drifter. Yeah, the Drifter. We'd rather play against the Fox because we have the double Savage Alliance. All right, well, we'll still hate it because some... Ooh, Skeleton. Huh. I mean, I wish I could make space for it. You know, I love Chasm. God, just getting all the vampires and none of the synergies with them. That's all right. Our deck actually ended up just fine. We have a lot of goodies in here. All right. So we have to make probably 5 cuts. I think we're going to go for the 17 land plan here. It rhymes, so you know that it's good. All right. You know, this might not be a Thermo Alchemist deck simply because we only have 7 non-creature spells currently. So maybe we don't need it. So I think we can probably get rid of Chasm main deck. We can think about it. Let's dump the Alchemist. Although, I mean, we could dump a Reaver instead. It's not like we have any... We don't have any Vampire synergies, right? No, we don't. It does... It raises the question. I mean, Reaver's going to be a little bit better if you want to multi-block, which is nice. Lilu Dallas, multi-pass. All right. Let's figure out some cuts here. I don't know. So what's our Skeleton synergies? We have Dragoons. We have a Supplicant. Let's cut the Noble. We probably just don't need that. Much rather run the Blood Mads. They're pretty awesome, actually. They take games over so fast. So I kind of want to cut the Skeleton. It does have Prophetic Raving synergy too. We just have so many creatures that we just want to cut creatures. I mean, we could cut Weirded Vampire. It's just a Hill Giant at best. Like, I'm okay with cutting the Weirded Vampire and the Skeleton. And that way, like, the Skeleton's good, like I said, with the Dragoons, with the Ravings, with the Dread Knight. I mean, Dread Knight doesn't... None of those cards need Sanitarium Skeleton. They just sort of make them better. But, like, this still looks really good to me. And I definitely wanted to try out Prophetic Ravings. How many Madness cards do we have? We have the... It helps with Kindly Stranger. It works really well with Blood Mad. It works with Priest and Greeting and Twins. So what do we got? Like 4, 5 cards? 5 cards that it works with? The Ravings, that is. That's pretty good. I like it. Let's try it out. Someone played against, on stream, someone played it against me and just destroyed me. They were like, Madnesses? How about Madnesses? It's like, whoa. Just destroyed me with Prophetic Ravings. So now I want to reciprocate and do it back. I could diversify, and the way to diversify would be to play the Alchemist over one of my Reavers, because Reavers are literally a red grizzly bear. So sometimes it's nice to just be able to peck away at your opponent's life total, you know, over a few turns. It's not bad. Block's better, but we're not really a blocking deck. Much more of a attacking deck. I think for diversity's sake, I'm just going to play the Alchemist over the Reaver. We'll see if that comes back to haunt me. I don't think it will, though. We could actually just cut one of those and bring in the Chasm. Like, we have a lot of high-power creatures. if you have these Blood Mads or Brazen Wolves out, Chasm's going to do some work. Like, if you're getting in for 8 points of damage on a turn, I've definitely had Chasm win me many a game. And we don't have any evasion in here. That's not true. I guess we have the Dread Knight. And I guess Necropod kind of has some evasion. I mean, it's worth considering. We still have 16 creatures with this build, but I do want to kind of have a consistent little creature base here. This deck looks good. I like this deck a lot, actually. My style, right? So we're not going to deal with the Field Creeper or the Wicker Witch just for the Kindly Stranger. I think Kindly Stranger is going to have enough help with Prophetic Ravings and Mad Prophet. Probably. All right, 8 and 9. I agree. Let's do that. I like this deck. I said that already, but I want to reiterate. I like it. Looks good. Looks like a fun deck. It's got a good game plan. It's got good removal. Nothing super hard in the removal department, but we've got some bombs too, right? We got the Dread Knight. That's a bomb. We got the Mindbender bomb. We got the Outcast, which flips into a bomb. We have the Necropod bomb. I love saying bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. All right. Running it like this, we'll see you round 1, folks.